gonna play some Earth Defense Force 5. It's gonna be pretty good. Let's see, we're gonna do online mission mode. I played a little bit of this before. This is not my first time playing through. I beat the game offline on normal mode. Like partially through on hard and then partially through on normal, because the balance on this game is it's interesting. It's interesting. They made this game, the difficulties much harder to cheese. The aliens are much better at their job. Let's see, we're gonna do number 22. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to do it with the Air Raider. So we'll change this over to Vision 20 Plus. I'm surprised none of these categories just say EDF. Not a single one of them. It's crazy. Alright, so now we gotta do the exciting thing on this game. We gotta wait. Love it. Wait until at least one other person joins, because multiplayer mode is ridiculously hard if you're not playing with other people. I'm not sure how the scaling is. What's up, JDL? I'm not sure how the scaling is in this game exactly, but I know the monsters are tougher with one person than they are with two people. I am in an ultra small camera. There's a reason for that, and it's because I wanted to keep most of the screen open. So when I'm playing, like when I'm in an actual game, you'll see that my health or my camera is right. It's actually over here, like right in the corner of the health bar, without blocking any of it, because the upper right hand corner is the map, and the bottom right hand corner is your weapon, and then the bottom left hand corner is your weapons when you have vehicles, which is something that I use every now and then when I'm using the Air Raider. So like all the corners are taken up. Putting it on the middle bottom, it doesn't really work. Putting it on the top part blocks out what I'm aiming at most of the time. And putting it on the left or the right, it just looks dumb. So we're not going to do that. And actually, I just realized, look at this. I have this remote here. Let me move it off to the side. I'm blocking the camera just a bit. I'm trying to wait. Hopefully I get somebody in here, because it can take a while. This game's not super popular, unfortunately. Do you believe me? Well, I hope you do. Ugh, I don't want to do this mission with one person. Especially not the Air Raider. The Air Raider is terrible. I feel like they get good at some point. I'm sure they do. But I feel like they're just awful. Although their weapons are enjoyable. They have a really weird play style that's pretty neat. So far, no luck. But I do not. Huh. Oh, that's right. So, what's really annoying in this game is that online mode is completely separate. Well, it's almost completely separate from offline mode. So you don't get any of the progress, except you get to keep the weapons and the armor that you've picked up in the offline mode. Those two things share. But other than that, like, if you beat the game, you don't get any of the progress. So, like, it doesn't say I've beaten any of the stages with anything else. And the platinum for this trophy... Well, you can do everything offline. You could. It's just... not as fun. You can't do things like shout EDF at people when you're playing offline. Well, you can shout it in the offline mode, and the NPC soldiers will shout it back. But it's not as fun if it's not a real person shouting it back. That's right, Pumpkin Parade. It's an old PlayStation account. And I wish I could say that it was stylized to be Pumpkin instead of Pumpkin with a P. But I'm fairly certain I was just really stupid and really young when I made it. Like, this account is basically as old as you can have a PlayStation account be. Bumpkin. And the account name comes from... Oh goodness, hold on. What is the name of it? The game is called Phantom Brave. It was on the PS2. And it's like it's the same people that made Disgaea. And in it, you gained moves by picking things up. So if you picked up like a mailbox, you'd have moves that were stylized to be about mail and stuff. And you could pick up, there's a ton of things you could pick up, but one of them was a pumpkin. And if you picked up a pumpkin, there was a move called Pumpkin Parade. And it made giant pumpkins come jumping through the battlefield. This big AoE move, and it looked cool. But in the game, what was weird, you could pick up your allies and use your allies as weapons. And there's a way later on in the game where you could get enough points and you could fuse objects to your characters and increase your character's stats. But it also made it so you could pick up your character and use the character as a weapon, and you'd have the moves that another item had. And so if you put Pumpkin Parade on a person and picked them up and used Pumpkin Parade with them, instead of pumpkins dancing around, it was giant copies. Starship Troopers 5 is great. I'm trying to get somebody to join me on the online mode. I don't care who it is. We're waiting. It's, yeah, I can leave the room really fast. It's not the most popular game. Like, I mean, it's more popular than 4.1. There are rooms. It just takes forever to get somebody to join up. And it's a bummer. But the storyline is phenomenally bad. Good bad. And the graphics are actually not too bad for an Earth Defense Force game. And the physics are, like, they make perfect sense. Like, my favorite one that I had so far, I told JDL about this one, is I was fighting this giant frog creature, and I was using a machine gun. And I'm shooting it with the machine gun, and its body parts are exploding off of it, and then it dies. But when it died, instead of getting knocked backwards, apparently the physics broke, and it launched towards my character instead. And its velocity increased as it moved towards me. And so it eventually ends up shooting past me and bounces into a building and launches up into the sky, and it just takes off and keeps going until I can't see it anymore. I'm sure it despawns somewhere up there. But I like to imagine there's a corpse of a frog just, you know, floating out in space somewhere because I shot it with a machine gun. I could have grappled it. Oh man. Actually, you can stand on the corpses in this game. I don't know if there's any way to affix yourself to a corpse though. There's a vehicle in the game. There's these crawlers, and they allow you to attach yourself to like the ceilings and walls. They're the only things that let you attach to other objects that I know of, you might be able to stick to a corpse with it. I don't know. I've never given it a try. But I mean, it'd be next to impossible anyways, because when it died, it launched at me. There's no way I'd be able to jump on it after it was launching. It would be unfeasible. I'm not gonna get anybody to join me. I might need to recruit some people to play. Make a post on like, oh man, I'd hate my life forever, but I could make a post on GameFAQs or something and be like, yo, I need regular people to help me 100% EDF5. Am I too far into the game? No, not really. You could no matter how far you are in the game, anybody could join your room and technically do it. So even if I was really far, other people could still join if they had an inkling and a desire. They might not be able to survive, but yeah, the game series is always a lot of waiting for people to join. Hey, look, we got somebody. Now we gotta wait for them to put on equipment that can be taken into the quest. You're literally the worst, Benley Bandy. That's not even a name, Benel Bandy. I got excited. I should have EDF'd at him. That would have been better. Harmony of Despair. I remember when that game was, I don't want to say brand new, but let's say like 2 months after it came out, I bought it. And it was already dead. Like, it was already impossible to find people to play with. You could sometimes do it. You had to wait a while. Yeah, that's the one I played it on too. Was the 360. Well, at least I know people can connect to me, because that guy did. You know what? Let's try it. We'll give it one try with one person. It's gonna be awful. The game does not want you to play multiplayer mode single player. It'll let you do it, but it doesn't want you to.
A large number of monsters.
What's cool in this game too, unlike the other ones, the little ally soldiers are actually good. Like they'll actually deal damage. It's pretty neat. I have a bad weapon setup too. I should have taken something not Cannon A. Look how far my character can throw, by the way. I have not won yet. Who would have thunk? Alright, I'm gonna throw it now and hope. I don't actually know if that can hit the tower. I can. Look at that. Not very well. At least not where I shot it. So I'm using the Air Raider, which basically doesn't have any weapons for the most part. And so mostly what I'm doing is I'm calling in support from other people. shooting beacons at things. This has harder difficulty modes that are much harder. Like the difficulty difficulty changes are dramatic. And in the harder difficulty modes, you can unlock, I mean, you unlock new weapons as you go. And the new weapons, like you can't get all the weapons in normal mode. You can't get all the weapons in hard mode. You can't get them all in expert mode. You gotta go to the hardest difficulty mode in order to get everything. So I'm gonna just stay back here, let the enemies come to us, so I can hit the tower from here. So I can hit it with most of the, some of the things. Apparently not that though. I get a little closer. My soldiers are gonna die. Oh no. I'ma die. I died. This is going to be a hard game to stream. I just realized. It is ridiculous, like, well, not ridiculous. It's hard to pay attention to what's going on while looking over at a chat. That's alright. I'll figure it out. I did it in Monster Hunter. All the white stuff. What do you mean? You mean all the stuff that was stuck to my character? Ooey gooey spider webs. I got killed. Yeah, they're spiders. They were shooting out webs. It doesn't really make a lot of sense how they're shooting out the webs, but they shoot webs at you, and it damages you. And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I could do to make this feasible to do single player. Not with the Air Raider. They just don't have... They don't got the oomph. I should say, they got plenty of oomph. They just don't have continuous oomph. So, like, I have the missile launcher thing, and you shoot it, and it shoots a missile from the sky, basically, and it does pretty decent damage. But when I'm playing on hard mode online, the enemies have more health than one missile will kill in the first place. But not only that, but I have to sit there and wait for the attack to land. And so if I have an enemy right up in my face, I can't just get rid of them right away. I have to wait. I have to land the attack, and then I gotta wait for it to land. And I gotta make sure that I'm not standing right next to him when it lands, because I'll take damage. And you take full damage from yourself. So shooting yourself with missiles is not recommended. Oh. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what's going on? I changed the mission. That's what's going on. What I can do is I can do this. Great weapon. We will take. Really doesn't matter. And we want that one. Do this quest.
Monsters might be hiding out.
I feel like Harmony of Despair was just.
This is an emergency. You have to join the fight too, civilian.
The way it was made it so I don't think it could have done very well. It's basically a giant cash grab of a game. Like you have to. It's almost pay to win because you have to do all the DLC characters. You got to do DLCs for missions.
The elevator is this way.
This is such a slow quest at the beginning.
Here we are.
Quest, mission, whatever you want to call it.
Monsters! They're attacking our men. Attack the monsters! Hey, there are too many! Save us!
The good old ranger just has guns that they shoot. Things die. Very simple.
Spare no one!
Yeah, but that's the thing. You sit there and go, oh man, I want Harmony of Despair. So you go and it's like, oh, it's a $10 price tag. That's cool. That's very reasonable. You download the game and then it's like, hey, you can't play the whole game without paying even more money. Why don't you just charge me $20 and give me everything from the beginning?
Since we can't use the elevator, there's a passage for AFVs. Let's go through that passage to the surface. I'll open the blast door now. Back off! Take the pathway for AFVs. Beware of the smoke. Head to the ground surface.
I feel so slow without the higher end gear.
Still have one more trick up our sleeve. There should be a powered exoskeleton hangar on the floor above. Let's move to the hangar, quickly.
As long as we have powered exoskeletons, we won't lose to those monsters.
Get out of here, Ant.
Let's go for help. Go in for backup.
One of the greatest things about this series is that they somehow managed to go through the entire game without calling any of the monsters what they are in real life. Like, so these are clearly ants, right? They don't call them ants even once. They don't mention that they look like ants even once.
We're surrounded.
And it gets really bizarre later on, especially in this one, because they introduce these giant frog creatures in the game. I mentioned them before, and the giant frog creatures, when they're describing how they look, they're like, they almost look exactly like humans. 2 arms, 2 legs, walking upright.
You seem to have some talent.
It's like they look nothing like humans. Plus they're like 100 feet tall.
Get out of here.
Let alone the fact that they're frogs. But they don't call them frogs.
There should be powered exoskeletons in the hangar.
I think the closest thing to a real life word that any creature meets up with is that there's giant flying frogs that they call tadpoles.
Monsters incoming! Those creatures ate their way through the wall to get in. footing at us.
We have been injured here.
I mean, if I'm enjoying a game, I'll get DLC. I'm not like opposed to DLC. In fact, I think it's kind of cool when DLC comes out when it's something that actually deserves to be out. But I don't know. It felt like Harmony of Despair to me just felt like they took content away from the game to get more money later. And the most stupid thing ever is Day 1 DLC.
How many monsters are there?
Fire at will!
Day 1 DLC always should have came with the game. And always should have been part of the base package.
Is this the monster's realm?
I did not get any of the DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I heard the expansion's supposed to be pretty big, but honestly, I've got no interest in starting up the game again. So it was fun, but it was not that fun.
Did the ground unit fall asleep or what? Monsters are crawling all over the place.
Rescue team will definitely come. This way!
We'll get his armor.
Did that monster escape from a
Oh, hi,
zoo or
kitten.
something?
This is weird. We're talking about a horde of 10 new monsters. And no one noticed a thing before the shit hit the fan. Maybe they were hiding something.
It's always sad when they try to fix bugs and they just make new bugs.
The ceiling is collapsing!
The route is blocked.
There's a hole in the ceiling! Monsters are coming from the hole! Hold on!
So this quest is, I don't want to say it's unique, but it features a mechanic that not all the stages have. And in most of the levels, you get little NPC soldiers, but in this level and plenty of other ones, but there's no way to tell which ones will do it and which ones won't. Some of the NPCs are technically almost immortal. They're like partially immortal. So like these ones here that are following me right now,
Got what it takes to be
they can die,
You want to join us?
but in between every section of the level, they'll immediately come back to life at full health. And there are a couple other soldiers that you can come across during the level that do not follow that rule. And it's something that happens plenty of times throughout the game. It's just there's no way to tell if they come back or not until the fact that they do come back, and you're like, ah, that's nice. Good to see you guys alive.
Blast door now! Hold on, Sergeant. I need some mental preparation.
I'm sure there are tons of monsters on the other side of the door.
Ready? I'm unlocking it now!
Feed tactics.
What the? Man, that was scary.
Every time I hear this line in this room, it's great.
Move on!
They're like, prepare yourself. There might be giant monsters behind the door. I'm opening the door now. And they open it up and they're like, oh, there's nothing in here. That was scary.
The rescue team will be here soon. They must be standing by on the ground surface now. Please come in. Requesting surface sitrep. Damn. response from the ground force.
Also, these little arrows that indicate where you're supposed to go, these are really rare in a level.
Worse than ours.
Like, I think there's only like 4 or 5 levels in the entire game that do it.
The rescue team must be waiting on the surface. We'll be safe once we get out from here.
Most of the levels just have you go through until everything's dead, but this one,
That's ridiculous.
Nothing's more
I
terrible.
mean, it's the exact same thing, but they want you to follow these soldier dudes for some reason.
This is a sci-fi novel. In this
You can't actually get ahead of them, and you're required to be around them for the quest to go on, but it's weird.
Living creatures can reproduce.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you saying that there will be more monsters?
That's interesting.
Let's stay here and fight.
Sounds busted. Well, maybe not busted. Sounds like you could definitely skip some content you're not supposed to skip with it, though.
I see. But this is the only route. We have to exterminate the monsters. Open the blast door. Yes, sir. To a thickly. Enemy responses.
There are more than I thought.
There are way too many. Nothing to fear. Exterminate them all. Give me some medicine later.
Die, you monster! Die! Die!
Calm down. Keep it together. You can't take it anymore.
Never in my wildest dreams would I thought I'd be fighting monsters.
I can't fight anymore. Don't be discouraged. Not ammo. Isn't it dead yet?
And I felt like there was almost no point in any of the characters except maybe like 1 or 2, because some of the characters had a ton of variety in the things that you could do, but they didn't really make them any better. It just made them grindier, so to speak. Whereas if you had somebody that just had basic movesets, and didn't have to like evolve abilities or anything, you could just immediately go through the game and you were fine to go. And then something that bothered me is that they had all the extra characters, the whole slew of them, and they're like no indications of how they played. If you wanted to know anything about the DLC, you had to like Google up videos. There you are.
The exit is not far.
But like my soldiers, they just respawn. They're fine. I mean, you didn't have to Google, but I mean, if you want to know anything about how the characters play before you download them and pay for them, you gotta Google because the game doesn't tell you.
We'll be safe once we are on the surface. Now, move it.
Hey, civilian. That was quite impressive.
Visit the army recruiter. He'll help you with the paperwork.
He's fine.
Don't worry, civilian.
Also, it's fun. So there's this big white expanse up here. You can actually race the characters up. This is a giant wall of light. There's nothing beyond it. And you can't go through it. let's try this mission again. Let's change this. This is terrible. We're gonna use... That's fine. But yeah, so the Ranger, they have plenty of ability to solo fairly well, because their guns just put out constant amounts of damage. They're pretty decent. They're the basic class in the game, the one that they recommend that you play through first. The Air Raider, on the other hand, they're weird. You know what I really didn't enjoy? The, oh, I don't remember what level it was, and I don't even know if I could describe this boss very well. There's a stage, and there's a boss that has sarcophaguses. And they, like, make puppets of you, and then they put the Iron Maidens, they had Iron Maidens, and they made a puppet of you, and they put the puppet in the Iron Maiden, and you get wrecked. I think that mechanic in the game was the thing that made me just not play it anymore. I was like, if this is a mechanic that they're throwing at you that early in the game, then why would I want to play any more of this? Because the rest of the game is just going to be BS too. You woke up at 6 p.m. Oh no! Eat your sleep schedule, man. I don't know. I never played past it. I beat it. I think I might have beat the next stage too, but I don't think I played any further than that. But it was stupid. Like, the ability itself was fine if it didn't have global range throughout the map to hit ya. And if you triggered the boss fight and you weren't fighting the boss, you just died. There's nothing you could do to stop it. And that's ridiculous. Like I said, the move's fine. If the move only occurred in the room where the boss was, like, that'd be great. But the fact that you're halfway across the map because you somehow triggered the boss when you weren't actually in the room, and you get wrecked, that's stupid. Either way, it's stupid. Especially if it's a mechanic in a multiplayer game. A game that's meant to be played multiplayer. Clearly meant to be played multiplayer. I never said the game was bad. I will say the game was boring. 100% boring. I didn't find any enjoyment out of it. Oh, I don't want to say any. I didn't find much enjoyment in it myself. trying to think. Which Castlevania? Portrait of Ruin, where you have the two characters at once and you switch between the two. I could see a Castlevania game kind of built similar to that. Would be alright. Especially if, like, for example, you had... I don't remember what the characters' names are. Jonathan and Charlotte. There we go. If you had the two characters and you needed each other to be able to progress. So, like, say you needed to get up high. You could have Charlotte jump off Jonathan's shoulders. That would be cool. And then it would require two people to be in place to do it, working together. But then it would create the situation. It would remind me of the situation where you'd have like Leon and Ashley would go up onto the upper areas. And I hated that. I hated that so much. I hated it for a completely ridiculous reason. I still haven't found anybody for this quest. This is ridiculous. I was going through... I beat Resident Evil the first, the second, and the third with just the knife. And then Resident Evil 4 comes around. Right? Resident Evil 4 comes around and they're like, hey, this game's really cool. And I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna beat it with just the knife. I've already beaten the game once, and now I'm gonna beat it with just the knife. And I didn't realize it. You can't beat Resident Evil 4 with just the knife. It's the first Resident Evil where you couldn't, and you haven't been able to do it ever since. And the reason for it is 3 points in the game. 1 point where you have to lift Ashley up onto an upper area, and you have to shoot some goons that are attacking her. Then there's 1 point where you have to shoot down through a hole in the ground and snipe the little bracelets on her arms. And then the other one is the salamander boss. Because you have to use the harpoon gun. Actually, no, there's a fourth time too. There's the troll boss. And the whole section on the back of that RV. Wait, or is that 5? I might be getting the two mixed up.
A large number of monsters confirmed. Stay alert.
Pylon sighted! Destroy them!
Destroy the pylons! Let's go!
You wanted yourself some jump scares?
I'll show you what I have. Next to my sensor output.
We got 2 air raiders. This guy is considerably tougher than I am, though. He's got more armor.
I can't die.
I have no idea what he's shooting either, but it's apparently a real gun. I don't know where he got a real gun from. With their crazy thing. I remember I enjoyed 5. I enjoyed 4 as well. I say I hate 4 because of the knife thing, but I don't. I enjoy the game quite a bit. I just hated that design choice. And Nemesis was pretty good. Spider lasted entirely too long.
Aliens are protecting the pylon! It's almost my turn.
Aliens confirmed!
DE-202. Target confirmed.
time I came up here and I almost died. Oh, I did die. So I better not do that this time. Or at least be a little more careful. Those are the frogs, by the way. They do goofy things. And you can blow up all their limbs, but they regrow them. I guess that's what frogs do. I don't think frogs actually regrow their limbs, but I didn't play 5 or 5. I didn't play 7. I actually just gave up on on Resident Evil after 6. 6 was awful. I wish it wasn't, but it is.
There should be several pylons. Find and destroy them.
Yeah, 6 had some good parts, like the main menu and the screen when you turned it off.
Those pylons will be called teleportation anchors. Their weak spot is the glowing device on the top. If we only attack the top part, we can destroy them with infantry firearms.
Sorry. It was terrible. Here's my toy. They're all bad. Turn off screen is best screen. See? I'm gonna let my buddy take care of the pylon since he's got some kind of crazy range stuff. I'm gonna kill me some ants. My ship's almost out. I got plenty of flamethrower left, but that's it. Ooh, I got it. I mean, I've looked at 7 a little bit, and it seemed like it would be okay. It looked like the VR would be pretty cool for it.
Did the enemy get blown away? Attack target confirmed. Well done, newbie. Target confirmed. If this was a sci-fi movie,
Oh man, this level's still not done.
it's still possible.
Oh, that soldier's totally intercepted my weapon.
It's the strongest vehicle ever.
Yeah, PC VR is pretty cool. Like even something like PlayStation VR is, I mean, it's not great. It could definitely be better.
Attack target confirmed.
I rescued him. I rescued him with rockets.
Remember what I told you yesterday?
Oh, this robot takes so long to turn. I always joke about with people, I don't, have you guys might have played one before, like, multi-user dungeon mods, those types of things, text-based video games. I'd always talk about VR, and how, if I got VR, I'd probably end up playing one of those with it.
Ready for battle.
What's my buddy doing? Oh man, I can't even turn around to look.
Leave it to me.
What? What? Hi. Alright. Mwah. No. Rest in peace, good robot friend. There's no fall damage in this game, by the way, so no matter how dramatic the fall, they'll be alright.
This is DE-202. Ready to attack on time. This is DE-202.
Oh my goodness. I can't do anything. This guy's got a cool tank. Look at him go. I don't know what he's doing.
DE-202 to ground units. Please designate attack.
I was dead. But now I'm alive, it's cool. Alright, we got
This is fighter bomber DE-202. About to enter the air combat area.
got rid of the main forces of this group, I think. I was dead. I don't. They definitely call it dead in this game. You're dead, but then you come back to life somehow. You got future tech in this game. It's cool. Hey, we got rid of one.
Since the alien invasion, the entire world has been engulfed.
You can't question the physics on this game too much, or the
They have all resulted in heavy casualties. The
things that the game implies. There might be at one point in the game where you kill God. That might be something that happens. I won't confirm or deny it, but but it might be something that happens. Nice. So that was the goal of this level, was to destroy those pylons. And now we just have to take care of the little enemies. Then you go lay down. Sweet man. You have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. You know, I think I saw you Twitter about that. You were feeling like everything was numbers. I just got an assault beetle. I have no idea what that is. Stationary weapon. Assault beetle. Number 4. Special bomb in beetle form. It looks like a toy, but don't let its innocent exterior fool you. This fearsome device will skip forward and attach itself to the first thing it touches. Once attached, it's not easy to shake off and can be detonated remotely. Okay. So it's some kind of remote sticky bomb. Weird. Alright, we're gonna get rid of the rapid fire cannon. We'll try that bug. Assault beetle. Sounds fun. We got 4 people now, too. Apparently a couple people showed up and were like, yeah, we can wait. That guy's character's name is Earl Dislikes Fred. I wish somebody would name their child that in real life. actually a beetle. Who'd have known this?
Is it an air maneuver operation? Marker, citizens are still evacuating. Suppress the aliens in this area. Machine gun fire. Stop. I love you guys. Now run.
The civilians are. Don't forget your mission. Wiping out the aliens is our priority.
The Space Lion got destroyed pretty quick.
Until they get in range.
They didn't go very far.
Two landing ships just entered the combat area.
Landing ships confirmed. Bridge broken. Ships are coming.
He's a survivor. He didn't have any limbs. he wasn't giving up. Got him.
Alien troop ships are approaching.
We have an emergency. The alien army is landing. DE-202 in the air. Please detonate targets. No time for chit-chat. Our opponents are carrying firearms. Not just carrying them, they've opened fire. Aliens! With a new type of weapon! Machine gun fire. Start.
We have a second air raid because that's what this is. He targeted the area for a bombing.
We have overcome the barriers of culture, language, and skin color to build the society we have today. Now it is time to overcome the barriers between planets. We have learned from our history that nothing is impossible. How do we resolve the conflicts with our neighbors? Do we use guns and bombs? No.
I like the storyline at this part.
We engage
They're like,
in dialogue.
the hippies are like, we should communicate with the aliens.
This time we can certainly resolve our issues through dialogue as well. Some civilians are trying to negotiate with the aliens.
Although some people expect dialogue, that's not what we're seeing. This is DE-202. We're fighting on the ground units again.
Whoops. firing rockets at my allies now. Oopsies. Much more efficient with 4 people. 4 people with real weapons. Oh wow, that's really expensive. Big old tank. I couldn't even get that off in a normal mission. 30,000 points? It's ridiculous. Good, this assault beetle. Back on something else. Got level 14 equipment now, or at least we're allowed to use level 14 equipment. All the equipment in the game has an arbitrary number, level, completely meaningless for the most part, except you're only allowed to take certain level gear with you on the online mode. Until in the other games, if you finished the game all the way through online, you could turn off the level limits and stuff, but that requires a lot of work.
This is DE-202. How's the negotiation?
All negotiations have failed. It's not that we can't express ourselves, it's that they never wanted to talk in the first place.
So it's only us thinking that we're both humanoids.
They seem to see us as pests. Still, we have to keep trying to negotiate.
I'm not the only one that took the sprite fall ability for this one.
Now you know the top secret of TDI.
Shoot!
Creator of this weapon must be a genius.
202. Ready to attack anytime.
He was standing in the wrong spot there.
DE-202 to ground units. Please designate attack targets.
Enemy's coming again! We won't make it this time! We're completely surrounded!
Target locked on. Get burned by the fire of hell and die!
DE-202 to ground units. Please designate attack targets. Move over the target. DE-202 to aerosmiths. I'll wait for instruction.
You have good taste, Air Raider.
Other than this thing's really, really low machine gun ammo count, like you get rid of it really fast. So this mech is very useful.
The enemy!
The situation is so despairing.
Hold your fire.
We can't possibly win.
Coordinates confirmed.
Enter the range.
Come on!
Range.
Reload, we're surrounded by the enemy! Send in support!
Send in the reinforcement! Hurry!
It will take time for the rescue teams to arrive. Hold your ground. Great initiative.
That crate just landed on its head. Oh. Ow. I got. I got again, but I feel like I cleared out a good amount of them. The sprite fall ability is very good for clearing out the weak enemies. Let him zoom. Wait, did I get revived? What? We'll retreat while everybody gear back up. Oh, look at that. The Titan unit. See, Kaz got cut in half almost. Alright. What's he got? Machine gun, howitzer, grenades. Probably be really hard to use that in multiplayer without some kind of communication going on. We'll equip it anyways. All right, round two. I have no idea what a Requiem cannon is, but we got one.
There it is.
Oh, whoops, that was a terrible shot.
How's the negotiations?
All negotiations fail. It's not that we can't express ourselves, it's that they never wanted to talk in the first place.
So it's only us thinking that we're both humanoids.
They seem to see us as pests. Still, we have to keep keep trying to negotiate.
Request accepted.
Area, please continue to fight.
Problem with aiming at these ants is that they move too much.
The circuit burned out. Repair it now.
This is Fighter. Ready for attack.
You need to pick up that health there.
202. Ready to attack anytime. Attack targets.
I don't know if that's hitting anything. I'm trying my best to hit stuff. Got my tank coming.
This is Garrion. Report to the combat area.
Hold your fire. I'll show you what I have.
Oh man. Wow, the controls on this are intense.
Heading to the air above the target.
It will take time for the
Oh.
rescue teams to arrive. Hold your ground.
Oh, I think I killed him with it twice now. Yep. Oh man, I'm doing great. Time to go save my buddies.
The circuit burned out. Repair it now.
This fight will go down in history.
You just witnessed and survived from hell, newbie. Come back for some rest.
The creator of this weapon must be a genius.
That's what you live for in EDF. Killing all your friends for the greater good. And what did we get? We got a Sprite Ball upgrade. That's cool. A little bit cheaper. Yeah, that looks good. Thing was getting mad at me. It's like, why are you disconnecting your controller? I had it plugged into the computer to charge. A little bit more convenient than having it plugged into the PlayStation directly. Watch out for the ranged attack. I may have killed him. I may have killed him pretty good. Oh man. So now I know what the Requiem cannon is, though. There's no mystery in it anymore.
Teams that have closed in on the artillery. Attack now. Defeat the artillery unit at all costs. As long as they exist, we can't win the ground warfare.
That's Fightfall. Almost paid for half the cost of itself.
The enemy weapons may be powerful, but they are designed for long-range support. We have a chance if we can get real close. Move in. Other
Oh,
teams
wow.
are late, but there's no time to wait.
That wrecked him.
And take out as many as possible. This is Alpha. Aliens ahead. We're engaging the enemy. Huh? The enemy is bombing us. Run! We'll get blown away. Artillery fire incoming.
DE-202 to ground units. Scout to HQ. Enemy artillery unit is closing in.
Oh, he got me.
Request accepted. Artillery unit incoming. Approach and attack.
DE-20. This is Delta. We are under the enemy's artillery fire.
Oh, he got me again. What?
Avoid the artillery fire! Shoot!
We suffered heavy casualties. Everybody died.
Man, I just ate those plasma blasts non-stop.
We can't
So good.
the artillery fire.
Get burned by the fire of hell and die!
Rescue is on the way.
We're almost in the enemy's range.
Dead once they're in range.
Enemy landing ships confirmed.
They must have gone all the way over there to fight that little group.
Enemy landing ships have entered the area. They plan to drop aliens.
Oh, we're gonna get surrounded. Uh-oh.
Confirmed.
Target confirmed. Alpha has arrived. Support the units in combat. Understood.
That was a scary spot to be standing. to be resurrected in.
Rockets, fire. This is DE-202. Ready to attack anytime. Fire. Attack target confirmed.
Launch!
This is fighter. Ready for attack.
Go rescue our buddy over here.
This is DE-202. We're flying to cover the ground units again. Request accepted.
Oh, he got us. Damage boost. That's all it was.
Strike. This is fighter. Ready for attack.
Baseline got destroyed again.
System reboot. Launch ready.
Artillery unit has been eliminated. We can win this. Fire.
Make it to him in time. He's way far away.
This is D.
There's a trophy you can get. I think it's for like bringing 50 people back or something. Good luck on that, though. Well, I mean, not good luck. It just takes a little bit of time. I think if I swap this out now, swap for this bomber, be good. Equipment. There we go. So the point weapons, you get points every time something dies. Allies kill it, you kill it, they kill each other. I don't even know if that can actually happen if the enemies can kill each other. But they die, you get points. You get enough points, the thing recharges. So
They're coming. Ready. We're the best insect extermination team. Show them what the blue jackets are made of. Sir, yes, sir. Don't get close to the enemy. Shoot them. We've killed countless monsters with this tactic. These things will be our
So the alien is the leader.
Stay away from the aliens.
You'll be in trouble if they get too close. Attack their feet to slow them down. Just finish the monsters before they approach. There is no need to fear. Snipers are the most fearsome enemies on the battlefield. Get it?
I have to say, there's so many of them. I feel like I'm Napoleon Bonaparte.
Like his victory in the Battle of Austerlitz. There are too many. We can't kill them all. There are more than expected.
Calm down. Take them down one by one. More are coming from the side. They're coming from the side.
This is Phobos. Targeting confirmed.
You're done for if this gets out of hand. Stop the monsters before they close in. We can't stop the monsters.
Well, this is. I'm like, this is not where I want to stand. I thought I was in the bomber range.
Get burned by the fire of hell and die!
Target confirmed.
Shoot! General headquarters are afraid of this power, so they secretly you can launch an
The bomb can begin anytime.
They're coming from behind.
Behind you! Watch your back! They're attacking from the sides!
We got AoE. A lot of it.
We're surrounded! There's no way out!
This is nothing like the Battle of Austerlitz. More like Waterloo. I'm out of ammo.
I'm doomed! I don't want to be killed by a monster! Stay back! Stay back! Stay away from me! Back up!
Coordinates confirmed. We'll drop them right about now.
Two to the front!
Target confirmed.
There you go.
Oh, I got dots. And exploded. Man, there's more! There's more coming from the other way now.
The armor's broken.
Pigeon, what are you doing up there? Yeah, get down. Thank you.
Be careful! On the right!
Got it.
Alright.
There it is.
Oh, let me over. Get me away.
Attack to the target site is over. Good luck to the ground units.
This is D202. Ready to attack anytime.
Whew, scary.
Help me!
150mm cannon fire.
Smoke grenades confirmed.
Target confirmed.
I am in line of the bombing. That's not where I want to be. Very nice.
This is Phobos, ready to attack again.
Coming for you. Coming for you, Star Fox. I don't want to say that. It sounds inappropriate. I think it's German. I don't think he was meaning anything inappropriate. It just sounds inappropriate.
It's you again.
Sounds like the Starbucks franchise from Idiocracy. Upgrades. Nothing really that great though. Red drones. I take the limpet gun, which is a weird gun that lets you shoot remote detonated explosives out. Oh, kitten. Why are you so needy right now? Hmm? Okay, there you go. No! I said down! Oh, that cat.
Red color drones confirmed.
I shut down 7 drones by myself. I'm gonna break my record today.
Okay, so this time we got the red drones. These things suck.
Even more terrifying weapons.
The drones are in alert mode. When they hit, the drones around them will switch to combat mode.
Attack the red color drones.
Make scrap metal out of them.
Sir, yes, sir!
We must work together.
The creator of this weapon must be a genius.
Enemy is here.
These drones suck because they bounce everywhere. If it's a good way of putting it.
Ready your weapon.
I can't hit the guy to save my life. Yeah, I got him with one. Look at that. I dealt him 600 damage. I'm sure it's been dealt much more by everybody else already. Baseline? What the heck you do?
It's a request from the air raider. Fire!
Ready to shoot the cartridge. Ready your weapon.
Egged it. I feel like the bomber abilities are a little on the pointless side for this mission, but it's all good. It's like girl just likes Fred, he got destroyed. Houston. I'm not even sure what's killing these guys. Like, are they not moving? Because what the heck's going on? All you gotta do is walk around. They don't hit you.
Keep fighting and collecting data.
Let's get this job done quickly. I'll protect you, Captain. Keep fighting.
They're all dead again. What the heck are these guys doing?
So many all at once. We must shoot them down one by one. Still out of range.
All they gotta do is walk.
Bar, close in. I'll take care of it.
I don't know if that's all there is to it, or if I'm just getting lucky, but
We must fight to survive. Reload.
I got bopped too. But to be fair, I didn't lose all my health when I got bopped.
They're coming this way. Don't die. Reloading. Back me up, Akusa. Sir, yes, sir.
Just realized my game probably looks like crap, doesn't it? Not me. Do this. That'll probably make my stream look a lot better. Sprightfall is worthless here. But you know what I should do? What I should be doing is taking these bunkers and these guys. There we go.
Red color drones confirmed. I shot down 7 drones by myself. I'm gonna break my record today.
Don't underestimate the drones. The fact they're only machines makes them even more terrifying weapons.
The drones are in alert mode. When they hit, the drones around them will switch to combat mode.
Don't take scrap metal out of them. Sir, yes, sir. Let's do it.
Die, you monster!
$120mm cannon.
I think we mostly wasted our cannons there. Oh, I tagged him. Oh, it's a little crummy.
It's got too much firepower. And they're fast, too! These things are tricky! I've been shot. Confirm the target enemy. Ready weapon.
I'm gonna get this. Uh-oh. If they don't knock him out. Got him.
We'll miss the target at this range. Sounds good! I won't let you down.
Got him. Doing some good hits here. I don't know how much health they have, but it's quite a bit. Each one of these successful shots is 600 damage, so.
Shoot them once they're in range. Approved. I'm coming out. Hey, now! I'm grateful! Pulse laser launch! Once they're in range. Pretty good. My first time someone's better than me.
How the heck do these guys keep dying? I literally have a giant shield that they can go sit behind. Like,
All systems running a check sequence.
got him.
DE-202 to ground units. These designated attack targets.
Safety device disabled. Yes, sir.
I missed that one.
Yes, sir.
Jokes.
Shoot. Prepare to engage. Yes, sir.
Dropping coordinates confirmed. Dropping coordinates confirmed. DE-202 in the air. Please designate targets.
That was a definite miss.
Container, disconnect. It's the strongest vehicle ever. Don't worry. Enemy spotted. We'll bring you another.
Got him. Got him there too.
You're talented. Approved.
I think I might have killed him with that one.
Check on both sides. Yes, sir.
Which is impressive because I didn't even hit him. I missed. This tank is quick. Look at that. Look at it zoom. I like his style. I was wondering what he was doing. He attached his turrets to my tank. Got it. What? Oh man. Epic dodge. This is not easy to land hits with. Hey, somebody got it. It wasn't me.
Keep fighting and collecting data.
Keep fighting.
Can't deal with so many all at once. We must shoot them down one by one.
Dang it. Nice.
I survived because of you. Can't thank you enough.
The results are great. I will send the data out to the world.
I didn't land the killing blow, but it was pretty close. It's still streaming pretty crap. Can I do even higher? Can I support higher? I'm 28 now. Oh, we lost some people. Let's get rid of this. We don't want this. Oh, I guess we'll take the rocket cannon again. Oh, and I guess we gotta wait too. Oh boy, this is my favorite part. And we got up to... Oh, we're at 22? That's five of them done? Now, the other thing, too, in this game, when you do hard difficulty, you also get credit for doing normal and easy. But the same isn't true for the higher level difficulty. So, Inferno and what's the other one? Artist. They do not give you credit for the earlier ones. If I did Inferno, I'd only get credit for Inferno, not for normal or anything else. It sounds like everyone's home. Hey! Uh-oh, what's that? What? Uh-oh. I'm being threatened with vegan food. Well, I should probably end stream then, I guess, since dinner's here. I gotta eat before I take off to go pick up my kiddo. So I will see you all later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.